The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read. Your source for news, politics, sports, and all things trending. Here's your host, Marcus Gentry.
It's always good to see you two pretty ladies.
Excuse me, would you mind being interviewed real quick?
I don't mind. Put me on the spot.
You just purchased some items from
Miss Roslyn, her
Oh,
paparazzi.
right here. Come on right here, talk to me. I'm Marcus Gentry with the Daily Read. And I'm on a political podcast on iHeartRadio and YouTube. And I just want to ask you, how do you feel about President Biden dedicating this day to June 19th as a holiday?
I think that it was a wonderful thing. I think that it's been something a long time coming. It's a step in the right direction. It's something that black people can be proud of. With all of the things that are going on right now in the world, this is something that kind of like put unity back in democracy.
Right.
And it's something that I was very glad to hear.
Right. I mean, myself as well. I still think there's more could be done, but
it's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Right. I want to thank you for joining me. What's your name?
My name is Shavonna Barnes Johnson, and I live here in Dyersburg. I've been here all 42 years.
Okay. Y'all heard it here first, people. We're going to interview a lot of people today, and I want to thank you for coming out. And you can catch me on iHeartRadio.
All right.
The Daily Read with Marcus Gentry.
All right.
You can catch me on YouTube, okay?
Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, man.
All right.
Looking rough. Hey, sister, how you doing? Doing good. Look.
Yes, I got you. Got us in the frame.
All right.
How you doing today, man?
I'm wonderful. How
My
are
name
you?
is Marcus Gentry. I'm with the Daily Read. And what is your name?
My name is Rosalind Finch.
Rosalind Finch. Thank you for being
Yes,
interviewed. What is the name of your booth? The name of your business?
Bejeweled by Miss Rosalind.
Bejeweled by Miss Rosalind.
Paparazzi Independent Consultant.
Okay, and you from Dyersburg?
I am from Dyersburg.
How do you feel about June 19th being considered a holiday?
I think it's a wonderful thing. You know, we've been trying to do this for a long time, you know. And I think it's a really nice thing that they've done this to make it a legal holiday.
Did you vote?
I did.
How do you feel about them trying to take the vote from thousands of black Americans and actually minorities altogether? Have you been keeping up with it?
Not so much, but I mean, it's like they're trying to take us back. I feel like they're trying to take us back. We make 2 or 3 steps forward, then they try to push us 4 or 5 steps back.
Right.
And they're really not being fair in the way, that they try to go about doing things.
Right. Right. Let's get
things will turn out their way.
Hopefully, Biden will bring a little more structure to the White House now that Donald Trump is gone. I feel like it was just a hot mess, just to be straight up with you. I want to get some of your items here.
Okay. Come on back, son.
Bring some of your items to the front. Let's see what you got.
I had this beautiful copper piece. They call it a breakaway necklace.
Okay.
Has the tassels, complimentary earring, and it's called a breakaway because it's travel friendly. It folds up.
Right. Okay.
To travel.
That's nice.
Okay.
And how long you been in business?
About 3 months.
About 3 months.
About
Hey, it's
3
a start.
months. Yes.
It's a start.
I'm starting up.
So did you find it hard to get in business for yourself?
Not really. Once I just decided to say yes, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
I just kind of stepped on out there in faith, and God have opened doors.
Right.
He have opened doors.
What are some of your other items here? What is one of your top sellers?
I'm just playing. He gonna roll.
You promoting minority businesses today, people.
One of my top sellers. Well, my wood piece is one of my top.
Okay, let's go around here then.
These wood pieces, you know, that's purple and brown wood. And in the summertime, it's a very nice piece. You know, wood are nice to wear in the summertime because they're cooling.
And this has like a urban African
Yeah,
vibe to
Tahitian.
it. Yeah, that's nice.
And
Now
then
this has more of a churchy vibe to it.
exactly. But it's still a wood.
Right.
It's still, you know, it's cooling. You're not, you know, it's not when you get it around.
It's not
your
a heavy
neck,
metal.
And it's not so it don't draw the heat. It's like it takes the heat away from you. You know.
Right.
Keeps you
That's
keeps you
nice.
cool.
And I want you to plug yourself where people can reach you at if they want to buy some of your jewelry.
On some of your website.
Okay.
Hold on for a second. Let them know your name, where they can reach you at, and the name of your business.
Okay, my name is Rosalind Finch, and I am an independent paparazzi consultant. I sell $5 jewelry. My website is www.paparazziaccessories.com/455-911. Please feel free to check out my website.
And happy June 19th.
Happy Juneteenth.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
I want to welcome you back to the Daily Read with Marcus Gentry. And here we have...
I'm Tiffany Boyd, president of the NAACP here
Oh, okay, in the Dyersburg chapter?
in Dyersburg.
Okay. And you are an author?
I'm an author. I have two of my books there. I have Book God, which is a combination of my first two books, an autobiography, How I Got Over and Still Standing by the Grace of God. It's about my life before being introduced to the Lord and how I used to sell drugs. I was incarcerated several times. I lived a rough life. I know what it's like to go through a lot.
So what brought you out to where you wanted to write?
I've always loved reading and writing. English was one of my majors. I did go to college some, and I just always have loved to write. And that was just one of my goals in life, was to write a book.
So when you was incarcerated, did you find it easier to write when you had solitude? Because I know about incarceration, and sometimes when you're out here in the hustle and bustle, it's kind of hard to read. It's hard to sit down and get in front of that computer. Did you find it harder easier to write while you was in prison, or did you feel like it was easier to write out here?
Poetry I did write, and that's what that book is. Poetry I did write while I was incarcerated.
So the first one is poetry.
Mm-hmm. That's my newest book. You can make it, and it's a book it's a collection of poetry. This is a compilation of my first and second book, and it's an autobiography. And I decided to write that once I got out, and it was about my life. And while I was incarcerated, of course, I did poetry, but I had no desire to write about my life because I was still in my life. You know, I was still in what I was doing.
Right.
And it wasn't until I got out of there that I decided to write, and so that it could help somebody.
Right. That's an inspiration. That's a very good inspiration. How do you feel about June 19th being a holiday now?
I thank God it should have been a holiday.
Yes, I think so too.
I was just discussing with somebody about how I've never seen Juneteenth on anybody's calendar, and we celebrated, but I was wondering when somebody else was going to celebrate it, so I was excited about them making it a holiday. It should have happened sooner, but I'm glad that it has happened.
Right. And we just had a Memorial Day, and there was a military soldier. He was white. He was like a colonel or something, and he was trying to explain how minorities who were freed by the Union soldiers actually were the first ones to celebrate Memorial Day to honor those soldiers that died getting them out of slavery. And his mic got cut. And it was like a culmination of Memorial Day, June 19th, Father's Day, all back to back. And how do you feel about the current state of our politics right now?
Right now, I feel like since the election happened for this year, I believe that things are getting better. How it was before, I'm very disappointed in the way that people are acting right now. Just to be honest, because we're keeping it real, I don't like the way that people are acting. I think people need to grow up. I don't like to see when people ride around, because I'm from Detroit, and to me, when you're riding around, like I saw one yesterday or the day before yesterday, he was riding around flying a flag that said, "Don't blame me, I voted for Trump." To me, you need to sit down somewhere, because I didn't vote for him, and all that does is just fuels the fan of of rage and anger. It fuels that fire, and that's all that the Trump administration did was just divide us. Praise God, and I don't like that. So I don't like division. I don't like people to be messy, or I call it slick picking. And to me, that's exactly what that's doing. To me, I don't like for one race to feel like they're superior to another.
Right.
We're all people. I never taught my children about black and white. They came home, I think one was in the second grade, one was in the third grade, one was in the first. And one of them was talking about a little girl in his class being white. I said, who taught you that? And that's when I set him down with a remote control, the DirecTV remote control. I put it to my leg, the black side. I said, what color is this? He said, black. I said, you're not black, you're brown. That's something that they choose to call us as a race, but you're not black, you are brown. And I said, and what color is this? He said, white. I said, was that little girl this color? He said, no, ma'am. I said, she's peach, she's not white. That's just something that they give, that's a name that they give to make one thing superior to another. So
And we're all Americans.
we're all Americans.
You know,
I'm not a black American, I'm not an African American, I'm an American.
I
Because
want
I
you to
live in
hold your
America.
books up, and I want you to give a plug for where people can find your books.
But God,
I got you.
thank you so much. All right. I've been patronizing y'all. All right. But God and how you can make it. Either of these books can be purchased by me. You can directly contact me at tiffany.t.tipton4@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook at Evangelist Tiffany T. Boyd.
Happy June 19th.
Amen.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
I'm ready.
Camera's ready.
I'm ready. Welcome to Are You Scared Talent Shows. It's a new talent show that we put on TV for y'all to get used to, because these people can't act. And so we're going to show y'all what the real deal is when you get on front of the camera and what some garbage acting look like. I tell you, garbage acting. This is Are You Scared Talent Shows, okay? We're going to show y'all some acts of some talents. $5,000. It really ain't $5,000. I just said $5,000 because $5,000 sound like some people want to come and join a talent show if it was paying $5,000. So I'm your host, Eric Jones. Are You Scared Talent Shows?
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
Who's the business owner here? You?
Here now, let him let me hit this. Damn, you probably wanna wear my hair. Thank you, look at me, thank you. He'll hate this, and that work.
Welcome to the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. I'm out here on June 19th. We're celebrating June 19th. President Obama has made it a holiday. Come on. Yeah. And I'm here at the barbecue pit, man. My man has his own business.
Don't like that. I'm like this. Yeah.
And we're gonna be interviewing people all during the day. We're trying to find out how did they get in started in business and how easy it was. And we're gonna make people moving, people.
You don't make no money, you ain't coming back. I need you to come back.
That's right.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
What you got going on, my brother?
Man, we got little everything going on, man, out here, man. We got the best cheeseburgers in town, goddamn it. Hamburgers.
Okay.
We got,
What's the name of your
Polish sausage.
what's the name of your company?
Tony T's.
Tony T's
Food truck.
Tony T's food truck, the best burgers in town. You hear that,
Best
people?
burgers, Polish sausage, man, leg quarters, chicken sandwiches. We just all kind of stuff. We just mix it up daily.
How long you been in business?
Man, I've been doing this, man. I've been doing this about 6-7 months now.
What's your signature? What have you made your signature ribs, burger? What is your signature
We
right
got
now?
a signature burger.
Okay, what
Hey.
well, I don't want to get all the recipes, but just give me a sample of what sets you apart from other burgers.
Man, I hand pack these burgers out every day, fresh, man, and I mix all my Lipton onion soup mix and some few more ingredients all in there. Big old burger.
Y'all hear that now? Y'all hear that now?
Genuine, man. Can't beat it. $5, man. That's the big $5 burger you done had in a while.
Now we down here in Dyersburg, man. We doing the big June 19th. President Obama, Obama. I wish Obama was back. But President Biden has made June 19th a holiday officially. And this is gonna be every year, people. I want you to give a plug to yourself and where they can find you at.
Hey man, I move back and forth, man. I'm wherever the events are at. You know what I'm saying? Wherever people doing something at, that's where I'm at. I get in and crank up and roll to the spot.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So
we do some activities in Nashville also, in the Murfreesboro area.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you that information before I leave here today, and that way whenever they have an event like this in Nashville, roll out.
I'll pull up on them. I'll pull up on them down in Memphis. All the little surrounding towns, I try to hit them up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, doing what I like to do.
And that's Tony T.
Tony T. I'm Tony T.
And do you do catering?
I will.
Okay, give us a plug where people can contact you if they want catering.
Hey, look here, you can contact me at 901-426-5190 every day of the week.
And that's
Any
Tony
day
T.
of the week, all day long.
Happy June 19th, brother. This is the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. And today we have
Stephanie Sanders.
Stephanie Sanders. And what's the name of your company?
Precious Glitz and Glamour.
Okay.
Yes.
And how long have you been in business?
Oh, it's over 2 years now.
Okay. How you like the fact that Biden has made June 19th a holiday?
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Yes, I love it.
It's been a long time coming.
Exactly, we deserve it.
Yeah, we still got some more work to do. Can you show us some of your items?
Okay, I have some of my paparazzi jewelry pieces. And can you believe this is only $5? Look at this piece here. And our jewelry is lead and nickel free. Look at that.
Okay, that's nice.
You have your earrings. All of our earrings comes with, all of our necklaces come with earrings.
Matching earrings.
Yes, the matching earrings.
Okay.
That's a $5 piece.
Okay. What is one of your top sellers?
Well, we sell a lot of pearls, and we have Z pieces. Let me show you some of our Z pieces. Now these are $25 pieces, but everything else is $5 a piece.
Okay.
The rings, the bracelets, the necklaces with earrings, and ring bracelets, and
I see a heart locket over there. It looks nice, real
really?
nice. See that heart locket right there? The one at the bottom. Yeah, that's a nice little piece right there.
Oh, he likes this
Check
silver.
this out.
Look at that, $5. You have your tassel earrings.
Yeah, that's nice.
Don't forget, lead and nickel free. So if you have sensitive skin, it shouldn't bother you at all.
Give us a plug to where people can find your products at, and
Okay.
give us a website. Give us the name of your business.
Okay, the name of my business is Precious Glitz and Glamour. And this is my business card.
All right.
In Ripley, Tennessee. And this is the Bling Barn address. Actually, the Bling Barn is a building with nothing but jewelry in it.
Oh, wow.
Just like you go to Walmart shopping, you can come to the Bling Barn shopping. And everything just $5 and the highest.
And this is Ripley.
Ripley, Tennessee, correct. And that's the Bling Barn address. So if you're interested in some cute accessories for your wardrobe, you're welcome to come to the Bling Barn at 433 Charles Griggs Street in Ripley, Tennessee.
And I want to thank you and happy June 19th.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. And today we're going to be interviewing black businesses and minority businesses in the Dyersburg, Tennessee area. Now here we have
Mr. Milo Lumpkin.
Mr. Milo Lumpkin.
And Christina Lumpkin.
Okay. And what is this about? Give us some information on what you guys have going on today.
Oh, sure. Well, we are Christ-based ministry based on helping ex-offenders with their voting rights restored.
Let me get a little closer. Got that trailer back there. Okay.
Yes. We are a Christ-based institute that administers help to those who are incarcerated, who are ex-offenders. Our goal is to help them get their rights restored and also to help them to positive and productive citizens.
Part of what we do is try to tone into helping them gain dignity back. You know, there's such a negative stigma associated with being in prison. You know, the society doesn't want them back, but at the same time want them rehabilitated. So you can't have it both ways. So what we want to do is try to help them with a seamless re-entry, but we want it to be a Christ-based system that they work through that helps them, as he said, in a holistic manner.
Okay.
You know, with housing, with job placement, with getting restored rights, because a lot of times they'll strip you but don't tell you you actually have the right once you have paid your dues to get them back.
Right.
But that's another
including your gun rights.
Including your gun rights. But that's another way to keep you down. And one of the things that we have found is Tennessee is one of the only states in the 50 states that links child support to your voting rights.
Wow.
So if you have back child support, arrears, or any of that, you cannot get your voting rights back.
That sounds like a voter suppression.
It very much so is. It very much so is. And so we're trying to educate not just the black community, not just the brown community, but anyone who has fallen victim to the stigma of becoming an ex-offender, trying to help them just reintroduce to society and say, hey, I can become a productive citizen again. I've did some things wrong. As we have here, we all have sinned and come short of God's glory, but thank God he gives us another chance. And so we're trying to do his footwork. And my husband here has been through that path. He's walked that path of restoration. And so he knows firsthand what it takes to go through that process, getting things sealed, getting things expunged, fighting the system to try to get voting rights back. We've been through all of those things. And so we want to help educate others that it's possible. You can get your life back.
Now, when you say this is a Christian-based community that you're building here, a lot of us black men, when we go to prison, we come out Muslim or Muslim-like. How does that affect your choices or who you pick to allow to come in and get the services for you?
I will be best to answer that question. So I am a Christian minister, but I lead out with grace. And if we lead out with grace, which is love, I'm sure on both sides, my brothers who are in the system that I converse with, I have relationships with Muslim brothers and sisters, and I'm just elated, man, to be able to help one another as a community. And that's what it's about community, and with the hope and love, you know, we show one another, we can come together and we can eradicate racism.
I love this, man, and I'm gonna give out my information to where we do we have parks in Nashville that a lot of minority and black businesses get together just like this, but they do it not just for June 19th for holidays. So I'm gonna give you this information, and anytime you guys want to come up there and take part in this and set up your booth, you can contact the woman on the information I'm about to give you, and she'll tell you when the next time she's coming through.
Most definitely.
Okay? Give me a plug to where people can reach you at.
Our website is www.restoredcitizens.org. You can reach me at that anytime. Please email me, contact me. My name is Minister Lumpkin. My phone number is 731-377-4167. If I don't answer, please leave a message. I will return your call.
And happy June 19th.
Same to you, brother.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
Damn, fool. The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
God.
Glory to God.
I told all of them. I told all of them.
I am Marcus Gentry with the Daily Read, and today we're going to be interviewing
Ray Ison, Vice President of the NAACP Dyersburg, Dye County branch.
He's the Vice President of NAACP in the Dyersburg Chapter. Now, this is going to be interesting, people, because I got a lot of questions to ask. Okay, we're going to get into it. Give me a breakdown on things you got going on in the community right now.
Right now, one thing we have going on in the community is Stop the Violence. We have a Stop the Violence parade every other month, every month. And we have a cleanup of the community every other month. We also, now that we're coming back off the COVID-19 grant, the NAACP is still not, they haven't turned us loose to meet face to face yet. We still do everything virtual on Snapchat, Zoom, or whatever it might be. But our aim is to, for our president, I let her speak. I let her speak at this point. Things we have going on in the
Oh yes, I spoke to her earlier about the books.
Yes.
Now we finna get into more political. This is my side of the things.
I let him know about the Stop the Violence parade and the cleanup. And he want to know what else we're doing in the NAACP or whatever else we have planned.
We are working on getting people registered to vote, helping them get their voting rights restored if they need to, encouraging them to vote, encouraging them to know that their voice matters, encouraging them, like you said, to stop the violence and come together. To be in February, we hosted a virtual town hall each weekend of the month. One weekend we did home and business ownership. Another week we did COVID and the vaccine. Another week we did education. So we're pushing all these things. And another one we did business. I said the business. Education. COVID-19. Home ownership.
Now,
and voting registration is what we did, and I want to say this, as a result of that, I did buy a new home. I was already on the home, but I sold the home I was currently in, we do a lot of teaching, and that's what we want to empower. We want people to know that the NAACP is not just about colored people, but it's about all people. Right, and that's what we're trying to get people nationwide to realize that it's about everybody. There's no big guys, no little U's. There's only one God. He didn't make black, white, orange, and then he made the human race. We named all that other stuff. So.
Now Stacey Abrams out of Atlanta, out of Georgia, she had a powerful movement that helped flip Georgia blue. And Tennessee is one of those states that side with the Republicans most of the time in elections. What are you guys doing to combat that in your community as far as getting people out to vote and as far as like transportation? Because I know when I lived down here, I don't know if you guys remember Super Wolf.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I used to work on his campaign when he ran for mayor of Jackson. Yeah. And we had a movement where we would literally have vans to go out in the community and pick up people who couldn't make it to the ballot box because they didn't have transportation. So can you explain to me some things you guys are doing to combat the push for this voter suppression that the Republicans have going on?
Well, one thing about it, we have a voter restoration drive here next month, the 24th of next month. Our aim is to get on top of the ones who kind of fell through the cracks, couldn't vote or whatnot. We want to register them, whether it be a felon. We want to have their felon expunged, and we're working on all of these things. We also want to look at the people who sometimes think that their vote don't count. And we try to get out to those people to let them know every vote counts. And what we're doing partly to do that is drive that would promote people to interest in voting.
And we we hope that Tennessee one day, with the prayers and the work, our hard work, will be another state that is flipped from red to blue. One of our young people and the one who is on our board, who's the head of the board for the Juneteenth is here, Kelsey.
Okay. Right.
I remember on last year, Kelsey talked to him about what you did for voter registration. He was just asking.
Oh, okay. Last year, after the George Floyd murder, we had done some protests here in Dyersburg, and we ended up organizing kind of our voter registration fair, and we had people come speak just about injustice within the community. We also had people register to vote while we were there, and that was at Okina Park. We had food and drinks and music, and it was a really good turnout, especially for people my age, because I don't see a lot of people my age voting now, because they don't think their vote matters.
Right. I've seen a lot of people don't understand the influence that hip hop has on our black communities. You know, we went from party music to gang banging music to murder music to dope boy music, and it's just getting worse and worse as it go along. And the people that's putting out this music, they're making millions, but at the same time they're not really out here in the streets. But the young guys and the young females are thinking that in their mind that they're hustling to make this money that they're buying mansions and stuff with, but they're really not. This is hip hop money. Right. So what kind of outreach do you have in the youth to combat that?
This is one of our youth leaders as well here.
Okay.
Michael Jones.
Bring positivity. One, bring some developmental type of resources. Teach a man how to be a man. Find out how to about just women. Teach a woman how to be a woman. Because a lot of this music we listen to these days, it's just, I hate to say poison, but it's not good for your spirit. It's not good for your mind. It's ministering, teaching you bad ways to live. And sometimes you need positivity, somebody in your life to say, hey, this is the best way to do this. This is the best way how to handle yourself. If you show you some things that you might not get, that we would just communicate about, showing you how to work on a lawnmower, or show you how to, different skills that you need as a young man or as a young woman to help you along, instead of just listen to the music, listen to how they say that they're living, how they say that they're doing this and that, and they're probably not doing any of this lying to you to get you to buy records. And listen to that music, it just keeps you down, keeps you in a negative tone. So we're basically just going to bring positivity, bring a more unified man and woman, young man and young woman, and just help out, make sure we live the right way to where we don't have to deal with any other type of like police involvement, anything like that, because we're going to live our life the way that we won't have to deal with that. People will look at us as far as members of NAACP or members of the body of Christ and say, hey, that's my example. That's my living Bible I'm looking at right there. Teach me how to live like you, how you're living. So basically, we're just going to bring positivity and just bring unity and make sure that everybody is not against each other, We're all in this together. We're all in this world together. So just bring unity and try to train and just be positive. Give somebody a light that might not have a light in their life. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that don't have positivity or a light or a positive figure in their life to tell them right from wrong. A father, a mother, single parents, they might need that. So.
Now, one more thing while you're on the case of the youth, I want you to, the one that just spoke this program, her being a young person, as our president, I'm very proud of her. She's in school to become a pharmacist, and you don't see a whole lot of that, but I'm proud of her because she did it against the odds. She's also one of our youth leaders. So again, I'm gonna let her speak about that and the importance of education, and then you can go on with your interview. I appreciate her for what she's doing in our community.
Amen.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say. We're talking about what we gonna bring for the person.
Oh yeah. So growing up, I always had the people in my life that were promoting education. For me, my grandmother, my mom. I don't know where I'd be if I, wasn't in school, going to pharmacy school. I love learning. It's just been instilled in me from birth. And I think if a lot of kids, if that was put into their mind, like, hey, know, try to learn a trade or, you know, do something just to occupy your mind. School is not for everybody. I understand that. It's hard for me, so I understand how it's not for everybody. But just to have something like a trade or a hobby or something to keep you preoccupied and keep you out of, you know, the streets. I think it's really beneficial. It's been very beneficial for me. You know, here I am organizing Juneteenth. Never would have thought I'd done that. And being in pharmacy school only at the age of 20. So it's just worthwhile for me, especially being here and seeing all the kids out here. And hopefully that I can make a difference in our small community. And hopefully, you know, later on in the United States. So
everything has a beginning.
Oh yeah.
You might be our next senator.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Never know. I want to talk about one last thing before we go. I run a political podcast, okay? And I often talk about how HR 40, I think it's HR 40, reparations. I personally don't feel like we need to be messing with that, because the people who owe reparations to, they're dead and gone, and it's only going to cause us a divide in the black community. And the reason why is because when I dated a Native American woman, her people didn't want me out in North Dakota. And the reason they didn't want me out there is because if their children are cut with white or black people, they check get cut. And I can see a division between light-skinned and dark-skinned people in our communities over a reparations check, because they will check your bloodline. And if you have more African American in your blood than a light-skinned black person does, that light-skinned black person won't get a check. And I think that's going to cause a very bad divide in our communities. What do you guys think about that?
Okay, well, first of all, I think that the Caucasian race in their eyesight has did a great job in deciding black America. When we really look at the real situation, we ourselves have to police ourselves. And saying that, I don't know, I was taught growing up to work hard and you can make it. Now I see it's kind of switched because of education. And now you get an education and it's not easy, but it's easier.
Now my take on that is, you know, get what we can get. It's a whole lot owed to us, so we need something. I mean that I am about us having the same opportunity to buy homes, the same opportunity to get a loan for this and a loan for that. I'm tired of us being treated like being called minorities, because we're not a minority. We may be less than other races in the United States, but we're not a minority. Right. To say minority means we're less than. We're not a minority. Praise God. And I think we need to get anything that's supposed to come to us, reparations, whatever it may be, it needs to come to us. For those that can't get it, I hope that they'll pray for themselves. I hope that they will be able to get it. I think if you got 1% of black blood, then you can get black blood. I mean, it's not their fault what happened down through the years, and there's somebody black and white, and I understand what you're saying about the Native American people, but if you're black, you're just black. Because if you check when they ask for things on applications, they don't say mixed. It's gonna be either black, white, Mexican, or all that. So if you got a little bit of black in you, you're considered black. And so I think that reparations are good. We need reparations. We need just what the Indians got, their share there, and they need to get more. But yes, we need some. We need some.
I think economics will get us minorities on an even footing with white America besides reparations, because there's a lot of more things that have happened with reparations besides just the color barrier between light-skinned blacks and dark-skinned blacks. Like, you have minorities from Africa and Europe who have migrated here just a generation ago. They can't get a check because their kids were not the great-great-grandsons and daughters of slaves. So they're going to have to weed those people out. And then you're going to have the fact that reparations money is going to come out of taxes. So now, how are we going to pay ourselves?
And I'm with that, us paying ourselves, but what I'm saying is the people that can't get it, they're gonna just have to, I just can't get it. But hooray for those who can. That's what we gotta learn how to stop being divided amongst ourselves.
Yeah,
So
that's right. We got to police
both of
ourselves.
them are lighter than me. I'm dark. So if I get a check, I expect them to love me enough and say, okay, they didn't give me a check because of the lightness of my skin, but at least she got one. At least she got one. At least she got reparations. At least they're giving somebody what they deserve, because we did not deserve what we got then. And they need to do some kind of paying. I think they need to give us all. I don't think they need to do it. I don't think what they're doing in the Native American community is correct. I think they all need it, period, even if they got a little mix in. It's just a way for them to get out, and it's enough wiggling out of stuff, and I'm tired of them wiggling out of stuff. And so I don't, so I think even if they don't give, they want to give it to light-skinned people and not to dark-skinned people like me. I'm gonna say, well, hooray! At least they wasn't able to wiggle out and giving him something. At least they wasn't able to wiggle out and giving her something. At least they wasn't able to wiggle out and giving her something.
Right.
And so that's what I think about it.
Now, on a priority standpoint, I think it's a lot of more problems in the black community that should be addressed rather than that. But I don't count it out. I just think when we have our sons and daughters killing one another, gang violence against one another, I just think there's a lot more to be addressed first, even simultaneously. But there is some things on a priority list that must be addressed. And in order to address them, we can't wait for downtown to come crosstown. We have to do that ourselves. We have to do that ourselves. And we may start in a little area, but our hope and expectation is that that area will get bigger and bigger and bigger, so that we can get the word out to people, get it in their heart, not to fight against one another, but fight for one another.
And she has a comment as well on the reparations.
Okay.
Just kind of going off what he said, I feel like there's a lot more than just money. People say reparations, we think money. Money's only going to take us so far.
Right.
So there's a lot of other things that have to be addressed first before we just, get money. And I don't think there's really an amount of money that's going to satisfy all of us.
That's right.
At the end of the day. So there's a lot of other things that need to be addressed.
And that's why I was saying I think something like that should be left alone, and we should build on our communities as far as making another Black Wall Street and things of that nature.
I agree. I agree.
Go ahead. I'm still. Let me listen.
No, I'm good. That's all. I agree
with what you said on that. I agree definitely.
I think also that in the politics world, we've got to make ourselves more involved in that, because so many times we're on the late show, we want to combat things once it has been put into law. We need to get in on ground floor and help to make the decision rather than combat the decision that was made.
Right.
Now, in order to do that, we're going to have more people going to the city council meetings. We're going to have more people going to different town hall meetings and speaking up, bringing the word back to our community and our congressmen, our leadership, even in local government. They're supposed to be a voice for us. And how can they be a voice for us if they don't even come and talk to us and find out what we're thinking?
Right.
Okay. Now a lot of times when we elect someone to speak for us, then to represent us, then what they do, they go off of what they think and what they believe without coming to the community, asking the community how to vote. Yeah. We put them up there for a reason, to vote for our benefit.
Yes.
Right.
And there is a communication shutdown between our representative and the people whom they're representing.
Right.
We got to close that gap so that we can be on the same page, so that person can speak up and vote for what the people want rather than just pulling some out their mind.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why today we have been soliciting registrations for people to come out and get registered to vote. So you know more about who's running politically and what they're representing you for, as well as while we are also representing NAACP membership drive, because we stand ready to fight.
Right.
We stand ready to fight for all rights of citizens, but we need support. And those are the people he's speaking on. The senators, the governors, the state representatives, the mayors, our local representatives.
Here's some people.
They should be out here today.
Commissioners.
Right.
They should be out here today with the knowledge of knowing this day was happening. They should have been out here representing the city and the people that are involved in what's going on today. Because Juneteenth just was not for the black people. Martin Luther King didn't do it just for the black people. So, I mean, we got a long ways to go and a lot of work to do, but it takes unification in the community, starting in the home first, spreading the barn. Because what goes on in the home comes out in the community, goes in the church, goes into state levels, all the way to the top.
Right.
All right.
I want to thank you, the NAACP Chapter in Dyersburg. I want to thank you guys for being interviewed, and it'll take me about 2 or 3 days to upload all the videos and edit them and everything. I'm not gonna take no words out though. I edit like what I'm talking about now. I edit that out. But I want to thank you guys. Happy June 19th.
Thank you.
Hey, one other thing I want to add to that, because just a couple of days ago, Juneteenth became a federal holiday.
Yes, it did.
And on that, someone was asking me, well, we already had an Independence Day. They said the 4th of July was Independence Day. But I told them this. I said when the 4th of July was the Independence Day, it was for white America.
Right.
There was still slavery going on during that Independence Day.
Sure was.
But in Galveston, Texas, when they got the news and they dropped what they had and walked away with nothing to build something. Now that was something, that was a sight to see. And when I think about that, that is motivation for me to keep pushing.
Right. I want to thank you, man.
Yeah.
Catch me on, you got your phone on you?
Man. I should have took pictures of that. I don't know if never seen 14 carats, but you like that 14 carats. Can't be.
This is my show.
Okay.
The Daily Read.
The Daily Read with Marcus Gentry.
Just send it to me.
I left all my, I rushed to get down here from Murfreesboro, and I left all my cards on the table.
Okay.
I left my SD card and everything. I had to go buy an SD card.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And
you were anxious to get here.
yeah, I was trying to drive down as fast as I could. You can also catch my iHeartRadio at the Daily Read. Now this one is called Money Making Biz. This is my company, my media company.
Okay.
But the Daily Read on iHeartRadio is how you'll find me.
Okay.
So you can get it out of the way. Now you can see me here on YouTube, but you can hear me on the podcast at iHeartRadio. All right? This is the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. And I've been checking this guy out for a long time since I've been out here. And he's been serving these burritos, these tacos. I don't know what's going on over here, but I'm finna find out. We finna find out right now, people.
What's going down, Doc?
What's your name, man?
Hey, man, I'm KJ, man. Dallas, Texas representative, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And this is my wife, this Terica.
How you doing?
Hello.
That's my uncle, Mr. Lawrence Emerson, right there.
Okay.
How y'all doing? That's my auntie, Miss Tonda, right there. Taste of Texas, man.
Okay.
Taste of Texas.
So that means you got the mesquite going on around here somewhere in the cut.
Come on, now what's understood ain't never got to be explained.
Yeah,
baby.
okay.
You
See,
know that.
I used to live in Texas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What you know about them Cowboys?
I don't mess. I'm a Bears fan. I'm from Chicago, now.
Come
I said I lived.
Oh.
I said I lived in Texas.
Okay. I'm a Sweetness fan now. I'm a Sweetness fan. You
Okay.
from Chicago, I mess with Sweetness.
Okay. I feel you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So tell me, when did you get started?
Man, I've been cooking, man, ever since I was about 6 years old with my grandparents, man, raised by my grandmother.
Okay.
And I've been cooking ever since then. She taught me the real definition of my palate. You know, once I figured that out, she taught me a dab of this and a dab of that. It'll do you just fine.
Okay.
Do you just fine. So I've been cooking, man, for about the last over 30 years.
So the food that you bring is a Texas flavor.
Yes, sir.
But it's not actually an American. You know, burgers and fries is American.
Right.
So since you being in Texas, you know, like I say, I used to live down there now.
Right.
It's a lot of Mexicans down there.
Man, trust me.
And you go to any McDonald's down there, Burger King, they have to call somebody out the back that can speak English just to serve
All the time.
you. You know what I'm saying? I know about that.
All the time, man. All the time.
So where did you learn your recipes from? As far I understand the palate, but where did you learn the recipes for as far as the things that you fixing for Dyersburg?
Basically, man, I seen. Basically, I got to give credit to my daughter. Okay. Because my daughter was telling me about these burrito tacos. She was telling me about, like, Daddy, you need to do these, you need to do these. So after I got to looking up everybody's recipes, I noticed they were too hot.
Okay.
Too hot to eat, you know, because it's a Mexican dish.
Right.
So what I did was, like, I'm gonna make this my own. I'm gonna take a little of this out and put a little of this in. Okay. And when I did it, man, it took off like a rocket. Okay. It took off like a rocket. So a lot of my inspiration, man, it comes from my grandmother. She's dead and gone now, but I still talk to her.
Yeah, me too.
I still
speak to my grandmother too.
Man, so when I get stuck somewhere, I just listen to a baby, just take your time and let it come to you. So that's what I do, man. That's where I get a lot of my inspiration from. A lot of my recipes, they really just come off the dome, man.
Okay.
Come off the dome. Yes. I believe in serving my food, man, the way I like to buy it. Right. If that makes sense. Because you eat with your eyes first.
That's true.
Presentation is everything, you know? So I just believe I'm not gonna serve you something that I wouldn't buy from you myself.
Because if it look nasty, it might be good, but you ain't gonna mess with it.
Come on now, you got something that's all over the plate. Folks gonna look at that and they ain't gonna want it. That's why they give you a menu with pictures on it. So if you see something and it looks appealing to you, you're gonna get it. Now, I want mine to taste just like you picture. And I wait for you to take that bite and get that effect. Okay. Then I done my job. Done my job, you know?
That's right, that's right.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
How do you feel about June 19th being a holiday, official holiday now?
By time.
That's right.
By time, I think we earned it, man. I think we earned it 400 some years ago.
That's right.
I think we earned it. I'm still waiting on my 40 acres and my mule though. On the cool, it's a lot I could do with that. But I'm glad that they finally showed some type of recognition. Me being a history fanatic myself, I'm glad we're finally getting part of the recognition that we deserve, man.
Yeah, now you know your state, man. Oh, the voter suppression down there is off the rails.
Man, come on.
How do you feel about that? I mean, has it been going on like that?
It's been going on like that. You know, it's still parts of Texas, man, where they still lynching people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man, where they still lynching people, man. They still got old Sparky, the electrocution chair.
Right.
And man, it's just, put it like this: Texas is the only state where you can come on vacation, leave on probation, and come back on violation.
Right.
All honest to God, but man, I'm just glad we're finally getting the recognition that we deserve, man. Even if it's a little bit, we gotta make sure it go a long way.
Right.
And what they doing here in Dyersburg, man, the love I've been getting, my gratitude is way further than a simple thank you, man.
Give me a plug where people can find you if they come through.
Hey man, you can look us up on Facebook at A Little Taste of Texas. That's AHLILTAST Texas. A Little Taste of Texas. You can look us up on Facebook, man. Like us, follow us, hit the number. And hey man, we're looking forward to serving everybody, man. Okay. We our family, and that's how we treat everybody that come check us out.
Thank you, man. Happy June 19th.
You too, bro. Thank you so much, man.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
Business.